Hello and welcome to my video about ancient coins of Macedonia. Macedonia is a place in northern Greece, and it had a kingdom during the time of Alexander the Great and before him called the Kingdom of Macedonia. Later it moved on to a province under the Roman emperors, and it issued coins that were Roman provincial or otherwise known as Greek Imperial. This video is to just show a few examples of ancient Macedonian coins and from the different Greek cities that were there. First, let me tell you who I am. My name is Ilya Zlobin, and I'm an expert numismatist and dealer in ancient Greek and Roman coins. All these coins that I have here are available for sale. For more information, visit the article linked below. Now let's get started. The first coin we're going to look at is of Alexander I. The Macedonian kingdom had several kings before Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great's father was Philip II. So this kingdom is this coin is from 495 BC. Very rare and ancient. The most famous ruler or king of the Macedonian kingdom was Alexander the Great. This is a silver Greek coin of Alexander the Great featuring him wearing the lionskin headdress as Hercules. And on the back is Zeus holding an eagle, and it says Alexander's name in Greek here. Alexander the Great coinage was issued for hundreds of years with his name and his portrait, and basically he created a worldwide empire, which was at least then worldwide empire, that had a standard of coinage that was used by many mints, and his types were issued all over the place. So you see this coin was struck after his death, circa 275, Pella being the capital of Macedonia. Next, we have an interesting silver Greek coin of Akanthos, Macedonia. See, this coin is old, and it could be considered archaic. Archaic was a period from circa 520 to 480 BC. This one's just on the brink of it. What distinguishes archaic coins from just ancient Greek coins from later on is that they were monosid, and on one side you had the incus square. Other archaic coins had an incus of the obverse design, but this one has a line on it, and it's really beautiful how it faces downwards. Next, Olynthos. This coin features Apollo and his instrument of playing music, the lyre. So this coin of 432-348 BC of the Chalcidian League. Interesting. This is a coin of Perdiccas III. This guy was the ruler before Alexander the Great's father came into rule. Alexander the Great's father was Philip II. This coin is rare, and it features the lion having a spearhead in his mouth. It also features Hercules. Next, we have Amphipolis in Macedonia. And this coin is interesting because it has a race torch in the back. So, interesting bronze coin. Next, this is an ancient coin of Eion in Macedonia. It has a goose and a lizard above, and it's very ancient. See, notice the incus square on the back. So we have an ancient coin as archaic. It could be described as archaic. Next, this is an ancient Greek coin of the province of Macedonia, struck during the Roman times. So we're talking about over 500 years after his death. This coin was issued that features the great hero of Macedonia, Alexander the Great, with loose flowing hair. And in the back it's him on a horseback riding right with a lance on his famous horse Bucephalus. So this coin is during the Roman times of the province of Macedonia, of the koinon of Macedon. So, very interesting coin. So, this is how important the Macedonia was. Here's another coin of Akanthos. This beautiful coin featuring a bull facing into the right a little bit. And we have that INQ square. Very interesting. Next, Thessalonica in Macedonia. Very important city. To this day, it's a very important city. And you have Athena in the front. And we have a horse galloping right. Absolutely stunning. Notice this coin. It's dark green. Basically has this beautiful patina on bronze. When it was originally made, you had this coin that would be, you could say, the color of a penny, or basically a bronze coin. But over the years, this patina develops. The coloration of bronze turns to different colors. This one has an extremely beautiful one with the green one. And this is something that's actually valued by collectors. So some collectors like this much better than just if a coin that was over cleaned and does not have the patina anymore. So that's interesting to note. Here's another coin of Thessalonica, Macedonia. What's interesting about this one is that it's pretty much during the time when the Romans already took it over. In circa 196 BC, there was pretty much a council of Flaminius. He declares the freedom of all the Greeks. And when Thessalonica became a protectorate of Rome, you had Janus. Janus was a Roman god of beginnings and ends, and you had this very Roman motif on an ancient Greek coin of Thessalonica. And on the back you have two centaurs back to back, prancing back, in each direction. And on the bottom you have Thessalonica, the name of the city, written. So, see, this coin is from circa 88 to 21 BC. Now, this coin is very interesting. It's from a city called Uranopolis. This is a very rare coin. My understanding is the city might have only issued bronze coinage. And on the back is that you have Aphrodite Urania, a specific goddess of the local cult. And my understanding is she has to do with astronomy. So this is a beautiful rare coin. Interesting city. Most people would not know how rare it is, but it's very interesting to know. Amphipolis in Macedonia. This coin has a helmet and the Macedonian Shield. Note the Macedonian Shield motif. This circular shield with these little circles. For other coins I'm going to show you very soon. This motif goes way into the Roman era, and it's something that that is an emblem of the area. So Amphipolis was one of the major cities there, and my understanding is that Philip II, Alexander the Great's father, took this city from the Athenian Greeks, and the city had a lot of great timber supplies and silver and gold mines. This city basically wound up providing the coinage, the silver and gold necessary for Philip II to become the hegemon of Greece, and then later his son Alexander the Great, having been trained under his father, going on to conquer the then known world. So very interesting. Next, we have Philip V, King of Macedonia. Macedonia went on being a kingdom for long after Alexander the Great's death, and this is one of the last kings of Macedonia. Philip V had a son named Perseus. What's interesting about this coin is that it actually features the head of the hero Perseus, and the hero Perseus was thought to have founded in mythology, ancient Macedonia. So it's interesting to note that the founder and the last ruler became, one and the same by the name. But this one is interesting. It says it stands for Basileus, and this is an F, Greek F, which is pretty much. And so Basileus Philippoi. So Philip V, and features the head of Perseus. He had a son Perseus, and after that, the Macedonian kingdom was over, and the Romans took over then. So over here, this is an interesting coin of Philippi in Macedonia, featuring Hercules wearing the lion skin headdress. And it's from 357 to 330 BC. You see it says on the right side, Philippi. This is a tripod of Apollo. It's a sacrificial tripod that the ancient Greeks used for sacrifices. And what's interesting, on the left-hand side over here, you have the bow and a bow case. Hercules had a bow and a club. So it's one of the weapons Hercules used. So we have another coin of Olynthos in Macedonia. Another example. This one is in slightly nicer condition with Apollo and the lyre, the musical instrument Apollo had. Notice the predominance of Apollo in ancient Greek coinage. So this coin is of Cassander, and Cassander was pretty much ruler of Macedonia, of the kingdom of Macedonia, and he is the one that actually had executed Alexander the Great's only son by Roxana from that he married and had a child with. So being a regent, he was scared of that power, the boy growing up and becoming king in his own right. And yeah, so Cassander is infamous for that, and very interesting, issued some interesting coins also. This is a rare city, Amphaxitis, actually very rare. And you have the club, you have wreath, an oak wreath, and you have a head of Hercules. Hercules being a demigod. Notice that this is the Macedonian Shield with a Gorgonian in the center. Let me tell you a little bit about the Gorgonian. The Gorgonian was a symbol of protection. The idea was like this. Perseus, I showed you him earlier, he chopped the head of the Gorgon or Medusa, who would turn people to stone just by her sight. And he gave this head to Athena. Athena either attached it to her shield or she attached it to her body armor. And the whole idea was in battle, it would be used to pretty much turn the enemies to stone. And it's also been, it's known as a Gorgonian, a symbol of protection and a talisman, and sometimes it's shown as a really ugly face. Other times it's more stylized and more beautiful. Like there's a Roman version of, the Versace symbol? That's of the Gorgon, of the Medusa. And that's more stylized and she's more beautiful. So this one has the Macedonian Shield with the Gorgon in the center, and it's in the interregnum period of 288 to 277. So one ruler went away and another ruler had to come to power, and you see you have this helmet. Very interesting. Next. This is a coin of Tragilos with a head of Hermes and a rose. Very interesting. Rare city. Next. This is a coin of the Roman Republic. The reason I'm showing this coin is that it celebrates the victories that one of the ancestors, heroes, had in Macedonia. And it has a Macedonian shield with an elephant head at the center. So to learn more about the coin, you have to read more about the coin. So very interesting. The Macedonian shield coming back again. See, the Romans, they issued coins that would pretty much celebrate the victories their ancestors had in various provinces. They didn't put the portraits of the different rulers on the coins. It was Julius Caesar that put his portrait on it, and he got in big trouble. And remember the Ides of March? He got assassinated for having kingly ambitions, because only ancient Greek Hellenistic monarchs would put their portraits on their coins, and it was a big no-no for the Roman Republic. to have somebody with kingly ambitions, being a republic. This is an interesting coin. After Macedonia became a protectorate of Rome, this coin actually features the questor's name. The coins like this are very rare. See, it says Macedonian Timeo Gaiu, so it's of Publius Questor. So time of Aemilius Polus, Gaius Publius Questor, circa 168 to 167 BC. Very rare type. And what's interesting about this coin, this is an ancient Greek coin of basically Macedonia, but it features the personification of Roma on the front, and the Gaius Publius Questor's name written in Greek in the back. So that's interesting. So now let's move on to Macedonia becoming coming into the Roman Empire. So one of the cities in Macedonia was Edessa. And this is a coin of Augustus, who was emperor from 27 BC to 14 AD. And it says over here, Edessa. This is, it says a coin Edessa. Pretty much the city's name was written in the back in the wreath. This coin has a beautiful patina on it. It has Augustus with a laurel wreath. And very interesting coin. So Macedonia, moving on. So this is the next emperor after Augustus, which is Tiberius. And Philippi, Macedonia, this features two colonists plowing right with oxen. Basically, this is a famous foundation scene that they would put on different coins where on establishment of a colony. So basically, you had Augustus who settled the military veterans in Philippi, Macedonia, and there's basically a foundation scene that it heralded that. Next, we have a coin of Claudius. Claudius was a drunkard emperor, and upon his assassination through poisoning by his wife Agrippina, Emperor Nero came to power. So we have a provincial coin of the province of Macedonia, or Macedonia Koinon, otherwise known, with the Macedonian Shield. Notice this repetition of the symbolism of Macedonia with the shield. Very interesting type. Next, dual portrait types are very interesting and are quite rare and uncommon. And this coin features Titus and Domitian. They were the sons of Vespasian. Vespasian was the general responsible for the besieging of Jerusalem during the First Jewish-Roman War, and his son Titus wound up, staying back and finishing the job while Vespasian went to Rome to claim the throne. And Titus became emperor in his own right, and after his death, his brother Domitian wound up, becoming emperor in his own right. Domitian was very unpopular at some point, according to several historians. So this is interesting. It's these two emperors as Caesars. As Caesars means it's princely status. It means that, they don't have the full title, but they're groomed for the throne. So that's very interesting, 77 to 78 AD. And this is from Stobi in Macedonia, and it features a temple on the back. This is called the Tetrastyle Temple. It means a 4-column temple. And you see the city's name is written in actually Latin, which is interesting. So certain provinces actually had Latin inscriptions. That's interesting to note. So perhaps this might have been a colony founded by the Romans. So remember Amphipolis I showed you earlier with this coin? This is an ancient Roman coin of Domitian from the city of Amphipolis, featuring Artemis, the Uranopolis, holding a torch and a shield. Artemis had an interesting, a lot of the gods and goddesses, they had a lot of different things that they would do. So Artemis, one of the epithets of Artemis is Luna, or pretty much the symbolism of the moon when she holds the torch. Otherwise, she is known as the hunter goddess. She's also the sister of Apollo. So very interesting. So you have Artemis holding the long torch, her being symbolism as Luna, or the moon. And on the front you have the portrait of the emperors. So notice how basically you had a transformation from the ancient Greek times into the Roman times, where in the Roman times you have the emperor's portrait featuring in the back with the city reverse name listed. So see, this one says Amphipolis, Amphipoliton, in Greek. So these are called Greek Imperial issues, or otherwise Roman provincial issues. I have a whole video in regards to those in an article, so you may want to check that out later. But this coin is in very nice condition also, if you want to check it out. And the last coin of the series that I'd like to show you is of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius is the famous emperor from the movie The Gladiator. His son was Commodus. He was also featured in The Gladiator, remember the evil emperor that took over and decided to fight Maximus in the last scene in the movie, in the gladiator field. Well, both him and his son existed, and this is a coin of Marcus Aurelius. Very interesting to know, and coin out of Macedonia with the shield in the back. So now that we've discussed this stuff, as I mentioned before, I have a link to the article below this. But no collecting could be complete without knowing some of the reference works that go behind it. So first, let's start with the book called Greek Coins and Their Values, Volume 1 and 2. So in Volume 2, you have kings such as Alexander the Great and Philip II. So you want to get this book, Greek Coins and Their Values, and you want to get Volume 2 and Volume 1. So in Volume 2 you have coins of Royal Macedonia, and in Volume 1 you have coins of the different cities. So it's interesting, it's split between the two books. So that's important to note. So those are by David Arcier. DavidArcier.com is his website, where you can order the books directly from him, brand new, or you could probably find them on Amazon or eBay or a whole lot of other places. Now remember, I mentioned these Greek Imperial coins. This is a nice bird's eye view, Greek Imperial Coins and Their Values by David Arcier. Very interesting book. It has succinct listings of the different imperial mints, provincial mints that issued coins. Obviously, just a small book like this can't cover every type, but it has a lot of general types, and at least you could read the city names in here. So it's very interesting and full of historical significance. So Greek Imperial coins for the Roman provincial coins I mentioned. So the reason I make some of these videos is to educate my customers so that they would know the value and the beauty of these ancient coins. And when somebody does decide to buy a coin from me, they get together with it a beautiful certificate of authenticity with a lifetime guarantee of authenticity, that based on my many years of experience of working with over 50,000 ancient coins. So check out the article below, like and share this video, and I'm looking forward to dealing with you. And have a fantastic day. Bye bye, my friends.